This episode of Off the Script is brought to you by the Battle for Wall Street. Battle for Wall Street will take users on an unpredictable adventure as they try their luck at becoming the next Titan of Wall Street. A life simulation game, players will start their own virtual firm, which requires everything from constructing the trading floors and purchasing the coffee to hiring and managing the day traders. If you guys are interested in downloading, it is now available for your Android and Apple devices through Google Play and iTunes. Once again, that is the Battle for Wall Street, available now on your Android and Apple devices. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and this is the number one fucking source for everything WWE right here on YouTube.com, and this is Off the Script, episode number 80, part number 1, getting you guys ready for yet another great weekend of WWE news and rumors, man. There's a reason why I say every time I'm on here doing this show that I'm the number one source, man. I love WWE. I'm passionate about WWE. And SummerSlam week was intended to get you guys hyped, excited, and ready for a big SummerSlam, man. It's the last pay-per-view before we get into the fall season. And it was unbelievable, man. Absolutely unbelievable. I got to hang out with Justin LaBar all weekend. I got to talk wrestling with him. I went to go eat fucking hibachi with him. I went to go drink with him. It was unbelievable, man. And then we did an NXT review, and then we did SummerSlam. It was so fucking unbelievable that at the end of everything, my SummerSlam review was out-trending WWE's YouTube channel, man. That's how fucking big it was. SummerSlam was actually the most looked up and trending word. It was the most fucking searched term on YouTube and Google all fucking weekend, man. It was absolutely crazy. And we right here on Off the Script, and we as Team JD, we're right in the middle of that, man. And I thank each and every one of you who came over and subscribed. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. If you're an old, you guys know how much I fucking care about you. Thank you so much, guys. It was an unbelievable weekend, and I'm going to continue doing this every fucking month, and I can't do it without you guys, man. You guys make this show. I'm just lucky to be here, man. Off the Script, more news and rumors, guys. A lot of you guys have been asking me, JD, what do you think of the Dudley boys? What do you think of Sting and Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship? Is Seth Rollins going to be defending the United States Championship at Night of Champions? I have a lot of content coming up for Night of Champions, all right? I got a lot of opinions I want to get through in this episode, all right? After everything that happened on Monday Night Raw, that was the best Monday Night Raw we've seen since WrestleMania 31, man, okay? Following WrestleMania 31 and that Monday Night Raw that followed, this was the best Monday Night Raw since then. It was fucking unbelievable, all right? We'll talk about it more. I got a lot of news to go over. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow JD all over social media. And I want you guys, if you have not done so yet, take that subscribe button to Suplex City, man. Hit that subscribe button because, like I always say, we are the number one source on YouTube.com for everything WWE. Now, we're going to start off, guys, with the Dudleys, all right? After nearly a 10-year absence from the company, Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley of the Dudley Boys are back in business with World Wrestling Entertainment. The most decorated team in the history of the business made their returns during the August 24th edition of Monday Night Raw, attacking the tag team champions, The New Day, while also putting Xavier Woods through a table. Actually, Xavier Woods said that was one of the most defining moments of his career. That instance on Monday Night Raw, man. Absolutely unbelievable. We'll talk about it in a little bit. According to PW Insider, the Dudley Boys will be working with the WWE on a full-time basis, while also traveling for appearances at live events. They will be live on the WWE Network during that Madison Square Garden special that WWE is promoting. It is official. The Dudley Boys will be appearing live on the WWE Network during their next special event at MSG. There are also rumors circulating that the two have signed a multi-year deal, although that has yet to be confirmed at this time. The aforementioned report notes that very few people in WWE knew that Bubba Ray and Devon were going to show up for Raw, with their returns being kept a huge secret until they actually emerged at the gorilla position. At the upcoming Night of Champions pay-per-view, it is assumed that the 9-time WWE Tag Team Champions will challenge the New Day for the gold, with the primetime players possibly also entering the mix. The Dudley Boyz' return on Monday Night Raw was absolutely fucking amazing. The crowd, the New York City crowd, the fucking absolute excitement that was in the air when their music hit and their fireworks went off and they came down the aisle, right? It was unbelievable. And how the crowd interacted with them, man, like they never had left the fucking company, doing the what's up. And Devon fucking roaming around the ring because he knew what Bubba Ray was going to ask him. Devon. And then Bubba Ray's like 1, 2, 3, and the entire fucking Barclays Center. 15,000 fucking people. Not one person was silent, man. Get the tables. Absolutely unbelievable. If you guys missed it, you missed out on one special moment. One of the best moments of 2015. The Dudley Boyz being back in WWE is something that we've been reporting right here on Off the Script for many, many months. There was a few rumors circulating that, Bully Ray was going back to TNA, and he made his way back to TNA, and then all of a sudden just left the company once again. Now that he's back, he came back in the Rumble. Devon was missing. We're like, look at this. We can't have Bubba Ray, just there in the WWE without Devon, man. It doesn't look right. All right, it looks a little off. But Devon made his return to the WWE with Bubba Ray. The Dudley Boyz are back, and they add such a huge piece to the tag team division, man. The one addition of the Dudley Boyz completely turns that entire division upside down, man. It adds such excitement back to the division. The New Day, probably right now, are the most exciting trio that we've seen in WWE in decades, man. They are absolutely on top of their game. Nobody gave them the time of day when they first were introduced as a trio, and now they are becoming probably the most entertaining group on WWE television, man. The New Day versus the Dudleys is going to be a fantastic feud for the Tag Team Championships. This is something that we can all be invested in. This is something that we can actually watch week to week, from Raw to SmackDown, and build to the pay-per-view, that we're genuinely going to be attracted to, that we're going to be interested in. We're going to care about the winners and the losers, man. This is going to be great for the tag team division. Now, if the WWE just gets up off their asses and gives the rest of the teams in the division a shot to compete next to the Dudley Boyz and a New Day. You got the primetime players. You got the Usos coming back any month now. You got the Wyatt family. Keep the Shield together, man. Keep Ambrose and Reigns as a tag team. They can be a viable contender for the tag team championships. You got the Ascension. You got the Lucha Dragons. The WWE and their tag team division right now, with those names that I just mentioned, they have some of the best teams right now in all of professional wrestling. Their tag team division hasn't looked this good in fucking years. Now it's up to WWE to do the right thing and give us, as fans, tag team wrestling, man. The Dudley Boyz completely changed the name of the game, and they are back in WWE for the better. I can't wait to see what happens with them back in the division, man. Absolutely great time to be a fan of tag team wrestling in WWE, and I can't wait to see what happens with the New Day and Dudley Boyz at Night of Champions. Now, another thing that happened on Monday Night Raw that was completely shocking and came out of left field, man. During an August 24th edition of Monday Night Raw, former NXT trainee Braun Strowman made his main roster debut, aligning himself with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper of the Wyatt family to battle against Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Strowman, who will now be referred to as Braun Strowman, could have debuted one night earlier at SummerSlam had WWE's original plans come to fruition, according to a report by F4WOnline.com. At one point, Strowman was set to team with Wyatt and Harper in a 6-man tag match at the pay-per-view against the former Shield members, although it's unclear as to who who would have teamed with Reigns and Ambrose had that happened. There were rumors prior to SummerSlam of Sting possibly entering the fray to complete the equation, I should say. Although that blueprint was eventually scrapped, the Vigilante also showed up on Raw, attacking unified WWE World Heavyweight Champion and United States Champion Seth Rollins. Had Eric Rowan been healthy, odds are he would have joined his fellow Wyatt family members, but he remains on the shelf with a torn biceps injury. Now, this is completely new to me. I did not know of this. I love surprises when it comes to WWE and being genuinely shocked when I see something like this. He is a menacing figure. He is a fucking beast. And he's standing there in a blacked out fucking goat mask. And it was just something that, like, what the fuck is going on, man? Who is this guy? We didn't know. You guys are fucking tweeting at me. You guys were fucking on top of your game. I appreciate that. That's why I love following you guys on Twitter. You guys are fucking a vital part of this show. You guys were tweeting at me, JD, he's this guy. His name is Braun Strowman. He's going to be on Monday Night Raw. He's in the Wyatt family. He was a former NXT trainee. He was in the fucking Exotic Express for Adam Rose. You guys were on top of your game, man. Even Justin LeBar, at the time he fucking debuted on Monday Night Raw, he didn't even know who he was. All right, but then eventually he's like, oh, I know who he is now. Things came to be. You know, he's getting the brain cells working, and we all figured out who it was. This is the first time I seen him. I didn't know of his role down in NXT, but apparently he was a trainee. How he's going to operate in the ring, we don't know as of yet, but he certainly fits the role of the Wyatt family. He gives the Wyatt family absolutely huge backing in form of a muscle man to back Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. I don't know what this means as far as the feud goes. Who does Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose get to pretty much even the odds now with the Wyatt family? Who are they going to recruit, to help them battle Strowman, Wyatt, and Luke Harper? Because we know this match is coming at Night of Champions. That's the most interesting part of it. I have not heard anything. Dirt sheets, I have not read anything on the dirt sheets. I have not heard anything from Meltzer. I have not read anything from Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer newsletter. I don't know what is going to happen, man. So that is the one thing we're going to have to look forward to. But as far as the debut goes, absolutely fantastic, man. He pretty much decimated and cut both Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose to shreds, man. Bray Wyatt, even though he lost at SummerSlam, and the Wyatt family took a loss to the Shield, or I should say ex-Shield at SummerSlam, Bray Wyatt got the last laugh because absolutely nobody expected Strowman to debut on Monday Night Raw. And this is what makes these big event weekends so special, man. WWE knew they had to hit a home run with Monday Night Raw. They pulled out all the fucking stops. They gave us the Dudleys. They gave us Braun Strowman. And this huge surprise for the Wyatt family, they gave us Sting. Overall, it was a great fucking night to be a wrestling fan. But that is the one thing we're going to have to find out, guys. That's going to be the one interesting part of this. And I have absolutely no idea who I would put in that role to back Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. I was thinking, and I was streaming tonight live on Twitch, maybe it could be Baron Corbin. You guys were mentioning Hideo Itami. He's coming back from injury relatively soon. Samoa Joe. We don't know, man. It could be anybody. Could it be someone on the main roster? I don't know. But we're all going to pretty much take guesses here, and we're all going to speculate as to who the Shield, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, Shield, is going to get to pretty much even the odds here, man. So if you guys have any idea, shoot them out down to me in the comments below. Tweet at me on Twitter. Let me know what you guys think about this because, like I said, it's going to be the most interesting part of this feud, all right? Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins did the impossible. He is the WWE Champion, and he took the United States Championship away from John Cena at the hands of Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart came on Monday Night Raw and pretty much made sense of what happened at SummerSlam. Ric Flair was there. John Cena came down to the ring. Jon Stewart was there. He made sense of why he did what he did, and I appreciate WWE filling in those gaps to that big interference very quickly. All right, because at first I wasn't too pleased with it. I was the one saying that if Seth Rollins gave us that match and was a complete fucking beast in that match, why not give him the clean win over John Cena? You know, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this match is going to happen again at Night of Champions, because with the way Monday Night Raw ended, we now have Seth Rollins and Sting for the WWE Championship at Night of Champions. WWE wants to sell pay-per-views. They want to get network subscriptions. This is an absolutely fucking beast way to get subscriptions for a pay-per-view that really has lost a lot of its fucking luster, man, with Night of Champions. And I'm going to talk about Night of Champions a lot in the coming weeks. I got videos coming up, and I got a lot of things I want to talk about as it concerns Night of Champions. But as far as John Cena at WWE Summerslam on Sunday, Seth Rollins is the first man in history of World Wrestling Entertainment to hold both the World Championship and United States Championships after he defeated John Cena at SummerSlam. Rollins is already penciled in to defend his WWE World Heavyweight title on September 20th at Night of Champions against Sting, after the Vigilante appeared on Monday Night Raw to stake claim to the WWE title. During the last edition of the Wrestling Observer Radio Show, Dave Meltzer noted that WWE Chairman Vince McMahon, who turned 70 years old on Monday, has not yet signed off on Rollins defending the United States Championship at the Toyota Center at Night of Champions. The bout with Sting will simply be for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So if a United States Championship match is booked, that would mean Rollins would have to pull double duty at the pay-per-view. This is similar to what Ring of Honor Wrestling is currently doing with Jay Lethal, as he currently holds the Ring of Honor World Championship and the Ring of Honor Television Championship. A rematch between Rollins and Cena for the United States title at Night of Champions is not out of the question unless WWE decides to put both titles up for grabs against Sting in the night's main event. Now, what do I think of this? All right. You want to erase some of the bad taste that has been left in people's mouths as it comes to Seth Rollins' championship reign. You have him go twice in one night, all right? Now, I don't necessarily know how WWE is going to book this, you know? WWE could give Sting the title, you know? I don't know. Because if Sting now is challenging for the belt, why would they even have him lose? That's just my logical way of thinking, man. If you're going to bring Sting in, why are you going to have him lose? He already lost at WrestleMania to Triple H. You're going to bring him in now for a pay-per-view main event for the WWE title. Why would you have him lose? The reason why I ask this is because John Cena is not done with the WWE Championship. He's not. He's not. That's all he cares about, man. You know, he did what he had to do. And I would bring this up in storylines, man. I did what I had to do with the United States Championship. I made that belt mean something again. But I was robbed of not only the belt that I brought back into relevance on WWE TV, but I was robbed out of the biggest prize in the industry, and that's the WWE Championship. John Cena's not going anywhere. WWE knows this. WWE knows this for a fact. Survivor Series could be one of the biggest pay-per-views in the history of WWE this year for 2015. What do I mean by that? If Sting wins the title, Rollins has the United States Championship as a backup. He can be the United States Champion, right? If Sting wins the gold, how is WWE going to make Survivor Series mean something? Because Survivor Series back in the day when I was growing up was built off who is going to survive. 4-on-4, man. You get 4 people with common goals against 4 people who are enemies to those 4 other guys. That's the way you book Survivor Series. But this is not the 1980s anymore, man. This is not the early 1990s. WWE has made Survivor Series pretty much a B-level, C-level pay-per-view. It means nothing anymore in modern-day WWE. The fucking Survivor Series 4 versus 4 matches mean absolutely nothing. On top of that, WWE has bodies on the main roster, but they don't have characters that people are genuinely going to care about. They don't have enough storylines going on to fill a 3-hour pay-per-view with nothing but 4v4 matches, man. So how is WWE going to pretty much alleviate that problem for Survivor Series? Easy. They got the network in mind, man. They're all about building the network. They're all about gaining new subscribers. What is something that you will never see? What is something that you haven't seen before, ever, in the WWE or in professional wrestling? John Cena challenging for the WWE Championship against Sting. It's going to happen. I can see it happen. Okay? Sting winning the belt makes sense. It's not like Seth Rollins is going to be buried if he loses to Sting, man. It's fucking Sting. He's an icon. Seth Rollins has had the belt longer than I expected him to. He's done a lot. All right? Granted, he's not the greatest world champion of all time, but we know what Seth Rollins is capable of, man. Seth Rollins can always be granted another shot, but John Cena versus Sting is what WWE needs to book to sell the Survivor Series, man. On top of that, instead of having The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, I would even book that one for Survivor Series, man, because I want The Undertaker to be in something a little bit more meaningful, man. I don't want this fucking screwy finish, the fucking tap out into the low blow and into the Hell's Gate, and The Undertaker winning in a cheap way to fucking last all the way to WrestleMania, man. Cena versus Sting for the WWE Championship, and The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar in a fucking final rematch for their feud at Survivor Series, man. You book Survivor Series with those two matches, and then you trickle down the card with a tag team championship match and 4v4 matches spread out across. You got the Divas. Dude, you got an easy fucking build for Survivor Series, man. Easy. Easy. Survivor Series should be one of those pay-per-views that is fucking... You can book it with your eyes closed, man. WWE Championship, you put another championship on the line, you got another fucking main attraction, main event, and then you book the fucking card accordingly with 4v4 matches, man, and you give us that old feel, that old classic Survivor Series feel, man, and there you got it. I can see Sting winning the title against Seth Rollins and going on to Survivor Series to build that pay-per-view for the network. John Cena and Sting, man. Can you imagine the money WWE would make off that fucking match? Absolutely unreal, man. Absolutely unreal. Let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree with me. I know some of you fucking people out there who hate John Cena don't want to even talk about him regaining the title, let alone beating him or Sting for the title. But it's the only logical thing that I can come up with. Seriously. Let me know what you guys think about that. But as of right now, Vince McMahon does not know if Seth Rollins is going to be pulling double duty at Night of Champions, man. Gonna take a quick break, guys. I got one more story as far as the Divas go. Mick Foley is upset about the way the Divas Revolution is turning out. What does he got to say? I'll be right back, and I'll tell you all about it. You guys have been asking for it, man. And finally, I have delivered. Courtesy of ProWrestlingTees.com, you can now own the official WWE Off the Script t-shirt. And to get yours today, all you got to do is simply go to www.ProWrestlingTees.com/offthescript, and you now can represent the number one fucking source for all WWE right here on YouTube.com. www.ProWrestlingTees.com/WWE Off the Script, and remember, hashtag fuck those other guys, man. Alright, guys, finishing up Off the Script this weekend for part one. As it turns out, WWE actually scrambled to try and prevent the crowd takeover that occurred during the Divas match at Monday Night Raw this past Monday. As reported, Paige, Nikki, Brie, and Alicia Fox took to social media after Monday Night Raw to vent their frustrations about the negative crowd reactions during their 6-Diva tag team match. Paige tweeted and then quickly deleted, and I quote, "You helped us create change, and then did your best to disrespect. Nice job. To counter the negative crowd reactions, WWE actually inserted an extra commercial break into the West Coast feed of Monday Night Raw, as they actually suddenly cut to commercial break right when Paige took Nikki into the corner of the ring. As a result, WWE effectively prevented most of the boring chants, "We are awesome" chants, and the wave from airing on the West Coast feed of the show. It's worth noting that unlike the aforementioned four divas, Becky Lynch and Charlotte did not complain on social media. The crowd reaction from the WWE Universe during Team PCB and Team Bella on Monday Night Raw left a sour taste in the mouth of those who competed. WWE Hall of Famer and hardcore legend Mick Foley actually posted the following response on Facebook, expressing his thoughts, along with those of a close friend of his, on how the Divas Revolution needs to move away from a team versus team versus team blueprint. And I quote, this is all from Mick Foley. "Epic Raw with a potential problem. I love WWE Raw. I really did. I loved all of it. Almost. The Heyman promo, the inspirational Bo Dallas promo that Brock Lesnar didn't quite buy into, the Dudleys, Sting, all of it was great, except for the Divas match. For the second time in 2 weeks, #Raw turned a little nasty on the ladies. A friend sent me a message about the Divas. The guy is not an official writer, just a guy who loves this stuff enough to write a message with suggestions. Here they are. Take a look. I think you'll like it." And I quote, this is from Mick Foley's friend. "The Divas division now has to consist of independent, concurrent storylines. The WWE Universe wants to see a fight, grudge matches, 1 versus 1. Leave your entourage in the back. That is a big match feel. No contrived weekly variations of all the Divas put together for a couple of segments. They need a world championship, a world tag team championship. This is why the Barclays trolled their Monday Night Raw match. Their SummerSlam elimination match didn't allow for the opportunity for the final two competitors to pop. Big difference between those two examples and Saturday night at NXT TakeOver. Frankly, the Sasha Bayley pre-match video package gave me more chills. I don't know if Sarah Del Rey works with the main roster Divas, but she should. The man knows. He knows. Tell me what you know." And I end quote. Absolutely 100% true, man. If Sarah Del Rey is working with NXT and getting that fucking product to get over the way it is when it comes to the fucking women down there, man, she needs to work alongside the women on the main roster. That's number one. I totally agree with that. Because she's doing phenomenal fucking things down there at NXT, man. I don't know what's going on down there, but it's unfucking real. Number two, they need a world championship. What do people want to see, man? They don't want to see fucking tag team matches. They don't want to see fucking 3 teams of catty women going at it each and every week, man. You gotta fucking fight for something. You're telling me these women are on the main roster and they have absolutely no aspiration to go after Nikki Bella, man. Every one of those women, whether you're a friend or not, wants one thing and one thing only, and that one thing on their mind is being the best. Number one, the tag team championships, whatever, man. There's rumors about fucking tag team championships coming to the women's division. I don't think they have the roster for that right now. But as far as the world championship goes, if you're in that division, that's the one thing you're fighting for, man. You're not fighting to see who's the best as far as Team PCB goes, or Team Bad, or Team Bella. Give me a fucking break, man. I don't blame the Brooklyn crowd for getting on fucking everything that happened in that ring during the women's match, man. They're a New York City crowd. Out of all the crowds in the United States, that's the one crowd that's going to give it to you straight. WWE is doing a piss poor job of the Divas Revolution. Listen, I know it's not a revolution, but you don't need to shove it down my fucking throat each and every week saying that it is. Because it's not. It's not. When Charlotte and Sasha Banks is main eventing Monday Night Raw, when Bayley's on the main roster, when Becky Lynch is fucking kicking Nikki Bella's ass for the world title, when Sasha Banks is winning world titles in the women's division, then you can fucking tell me it's a Divas division or a Divas Revolution. Right now, it's not a division, man. It's a division nobody fucking cares about. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not going to use them properly, it's not a fucking division, man. You're just giving me something and you're reverting back to your old ways, man. That's typical WWE writing, not knowing how to use the talent they brought up from NXT, man. Mick Foley and Mick Foley's friend hit the fucking nail on the head, man. We want to see fucking feuds and fucking grudge matches, man. 1v1. I don't want to see tag team matches all fucking week, man. Every week. It fucking sucks. Seriously. If you're in that division, you want to be number one. You want to be world champion. They need storylines. They need something that's going to fucking add some personal fucking vendetta and grudge to their storylines, man. Have one turn on another, man. Give us something. This bullshit needs to come to an end. If you're a competitor in a fucking division and you're wrestling or if in the UFC, the one goal on your mind is not being better than the fucking teams that you're put with, man. You want to be better than everybody, including your friends, and you want to get to the World Championship. Fuck that. Hopefully WWE sees this and reads it and understands it and makes the proper changes to the Divas Revolution. And I use that fucking term loosely because it's not a revolution, man. Things need to change yet again for the better for the Divas Revolution. And if this continues, it's going to be fucking pointless. Everything that they did, everything that Stephanie McMahon said is going to be fucking pointless. All right? Thank you guys for watching, man. That's Off the Script Part 1, episode number 80 right here on my channel. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you think of everything in Part 1 down below in the comments. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to the channel, man, I want you to take that subscribe button to Suplex fucking City, man. Why? Because this is the number one fucking stop on the way to Suplex City right here on Off the Script. This is JD. Thank you guys for watching. What do I got coming up for Part 2? Steve Austin asking WWE, bro, why haven't you hired AJ Styles yet? Sister Abigail, will she become an actual character on WWE TV? And is Sasha Banks really injured, man? All this plus so much more, ton of it coming up on this weekend's edition of Off the Script. Like I said, this is JD. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on Saturday morning, man. Thank you guys for watching.